What's up guys, Learning with Rich here. In this video, we are going to add our pipe using auto layout. So again, this is a continuation of designing a mechanical piping system. So last video, we have learned how to create a piping system. So in this exercise, we are going to create the physical connections in the pipe system automatically using the generate layout tool, and then we are also going to manually modify the layout as required. Okay, now for the first part of the exercise, let me just quickly show you how to use a filter tool. Okay, so to those who are just starting to use Revit, so this is how you use it. So let's say, for example, in this view, you want to select all the equipments, all the mechanical equipment. So what you can do is, you can just quickly use a crossing selection like that. You can pick from upper left, upper right to lower left. And then after that, the filter tool can be found here on the selection panel. You can see the filter there. And then if you click the filter, you can now see here the category that you just selected. So these are all the categories that you have selected. So since you only want to select the equipment, so you can just select check none here to uncheck all the tick marks. And then you just select mechanical equipment. So once you select that one, it tells you here that you just selected 5 items, and then just select OK, and then you're now good. And there you go. So you just selected all the equipment. Okay, so you have a water source heat pumps, the boiler, and then the 2 base mounted pumps selected in red color. Okay, now next is let's create the level 3 return pipe layout. So how to do that? So how to create the return pipe layout automatically. So later on the next video, so I'm going to teach you how to add pipe using manual layout. All right? Okay, but for now, let's select one of the water source heat pumps. So I'm going to select this one. All right. And then remember last video, we have already added this in a system, right? So if you want to check that one, so you can go back to the previous video and then you can learn how to create the system. So if I select this one and then go to the properties, you can see here that the system that we have created for this water source heat pump, actually also to this other one, we have added that to a hydronic supply and hydronic return system, right? So that's why we have CHWS here and then CHWR system here. Chilled water supply and chilled water return. Okay, so after I select this equipment, okay, so I'm going to select generate layout. From the layout panel, you can see there the generate layout. You just click that one. Okay, and then you just select here the system that you want to create. So I'll just use here chilled water returns. So that's what I want to do. So I want to create the level 3 return pipe layout. So I select that and then I select here OK. Okay, so if you select system components to create a pipe layout and the selected system components are already selected to more than one system because they have multiple systems connector, then the select a system dialog displays and you select a system in the dialog to view it in the drawing, and then you just need to select OK. Okay, so that is what we have seen a while ago. So let me just quickly show it to you again. So I'm going to cancel this, just cancel this, cancel. Okay, so I click this, generate layout. All right, so since this equipment is already part of a multiple system, so you can see there's a select a system dialog box here. So you just need to select the system that you want to create. Select this one and then just select OK, and you're now good. Okay, so as you can see here on the options bar, okay, so Revit Mep provides several solutions from which to choose. So the layout path solution display with the main pipes in blue and then the branch pipes in green. Okay, so we have several solution type here. We have 5 for network, and then we have 5 for perimeter, and then we also have intersections here a couple of solution here. Okay, so now for this one, let me just go to my perimeter solution. That's what I would like to use here. And then I select here the settings. Okay, so in the pipe conversion settings dialog, so you can change the pipe type and then the vertical offset at which the piping will automatically be created. So you can modify this value for the main and branch elevation. That's why you have main here and then you have here your branch. Okay, so this branch offset, okay, lets you automatically create branches that run above or below the main and other obstacles. So this functionality is useful for avoiding interferences with pipes, ducts, structural beams, or architectural components. Okay, so for my main pipes here, so as you can see, the offset here is 10, which is what I'm going to use, 10 feet for the main and then 10 feet for the branch. So I'm now going to select OK here. And then I can also change here the inset value. Okay. Let me just select first the solution type that I would like here. So I have the perimeter. And then the perimeter, by the way, the perimeter solution, it creates a layout that runs parallel or along a perimeter to the connectors of the selected system components. So it does not reference the architecture. Just remember that. So for this one, I'm going to use, let's say, the 4 of 5 solution. So I use this one. And then I'm going to change the inset value here instead of 9 inches. So I just type 1 space 6. That Revit will read it as 1 foot and 6 inches. So I'll just press enter. There you go. So as you can see, the inset value now here change. All right. Now let me just finish this one. So without a slope, by the way. So I'll just finish this. And then you can now see here that the piping is automatically created along with the appropriate connectors and fittings so that all the piping segments are connected to the equipment. Okay? Right. So if ever your lines here become thick, you can control that using the thin lines tool here. If you click that one, as you can see, it shows the line weight, right? So I do not want to show that because it's too thick. It covers some part of the model. So I'll just turn on the thin lines or activate it. Okay. And then I'm just gonna quickly show you how to select connected elements. Okay, so this is your options bar. You see this on the lower left corner. As you can see, if I'm gonna hover my pointer to one of the pipe here, I'll just hover like that. I'm not gonna click, so just put your pointer over that pipe. If I press tab once, so check the options bar here, this one. So I'm gonna hover, highlight, okay, and then press tab. So the first time you tap, it tells you that you just selected branch in a pipe network. So if I'm going to tab again, so now it's telling you that branch in a pipe network, including the branch objects, is selected. So if I tab again, so it now tells me that branch in a pipe network up to a piece of equipment is selected. So with each tab, the status bar displays the component being highlighted. Okay? So if ever you want to select this connection, just click that. And there you go. You just selected it. And then you check the properties here. It tells you that that is a hydronic return. That's the system. All right? And another thing that you can do here, by the way, I'll just select modify to deselect it. Another thing that you can do is you can verify the flow. So after you create the piping, you can verify the flow. Also, to do that, so what you can do is you can select, let's say, this pipe here. So I'm going to select this one and then check the instance properties here. So you will notice on the mechanical category, so the system here is CHWR, and then on the mechanical flow, now it tells me that the flow on that particular pipe is 30 GPM, right? So this value indicates the total flow for the two water source heat pump, which is this two water source heat pumps. So right now, this one is 30 GPM. So if I click this water source heat pump and then check the mechanical water flow here, so it tells me that this one is 18 GPM, and then the other one, this should be 12, right? So 18 plus 12, it's 30. So it's updated. For this pipe, it's updated. Okay, so if I'm going to select this boiler here, and then check again the instance property, so you can see that the water flow here is 30. So the flow from the two water source heat pumps travels into the boiler. Okay, so that's how you check it. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm gonna do is let us add the level 1 water source heat pumps to our return system. Okay, so if I'm going to open my design MEPA, is that HVAC design? Okay, so currently we are on level 3. If I open the level 1 here, in this exercise, I already placed all of these water source heat pumps. So we have 6 water source heat pumps here already. And then as you can see, already created all the pipes here that 2 above. Okay, so this pipe going above, which is what we are going to do later on. We are going to connect these pipes that goes to the above level connected to our level 3. But for now, so what I would like to do is, I would like to add these 6 water source heat pumps to my return system. Okay, so how am I gonna do that? Okay, so for me to be able to do that is from the level 3, okay, I'll just escape. I'm going to select one of the water source heat pump that we have here. So I'm going to select this one. All right. And then after that, let me just go to the piping systems tab and then look for the systems tool. Okay. So make sure that CHWR is selected. Okay. Because you also have here the chilled water supply system. So my concern is only the CHWR. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to select edit system here. Okay, so edit system, and then add to system is already selected by default. So going back to my level 1 here, so while the add to system is activated, so I'm going to use a window selection here to select the other 6 water source heat pumps. That's the 6. Okay, so now it tells me that there's a warning here. So you have selected elements that are connected to other elements. So these elements will also be added to the system. So that's all right. So, okay, so I'll just select here, okay. So what I'm just showing you here is that you can add more equipments to your system, to the system that you have created, okay? So I'm now gonna select here finish editing system, and there you go. So if I go to the system browser again, go to the piping, CHWR, expand that one, CHWR. So I now have this water source heat pumps added to the system, right? So if I click this, so you will notice that it highlights on the floor plan, right? So it's now logically connected to our CHWR system. Now, the next part of the exercise is I'm gonna physically connect the multi-level water source heat pumps. So as you can see here, we have the water source heat pumps, there's the pipes connected, and then there's a pipe here that goes up. Okay, so let me just deselect first my system browser and then close the level 1. So what I want is, I want to connect the multi-level water source heat pumps. Okay, so previously, we logically added the level 1 water source heat pumps to our CHWR system, right? So we have added these 6 water source heat pumps to our CHWR system. So it's now added here. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to physically connect the CHWR pipes. okay, to close the CHWR loop, which propagates flow throughout the system. Okay, so let me just go back again to, let me just close level 1 here, go back to level 3. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, these are the two pipes that comes from below. Okay, so I'm going to add this one. So this is, if I select this pipe, check the properties, that's a CHWR pipe. The other one here is, this one is CHWS. So I'm not going to connect this one. So I want to connect this pipe here to this pipe here. So this pipe is CHWR. So I want to connect this pipe to this pipe. So currently this pipe is, the flow of that is 95, right? So the flow is 95 from below. Okay, so I'm going to connect this. So I'm going to click this one and then drag this until it snaps to this pipe here. There you go. So it's now connected to this pipe here. Okay, and then the flow there is 95. Okay. Okay, so using the same method, so we can review the properties for the boiler to verify that the water flow value is how much. So I'm gonna select this one, so it should be 125, okay? So 125. So the level 3 water source heat pumps generate a flow of 30 GPM, and then the flow coming from level 1 is 95 GPM. So the total flow of 125 for this boiler indicates that the flow has propagated correctly, right? Because if I'm going to undo this, let's undo. Okay, so if I select this boiler here, so you can see that it's only, what, 30, right? Just for these two water source heat pump. Now I'm going to connect this pipe here to this pipe. There you go. So this pipe is 95, right? So 95 plus 30, so that's equal to 125. Perfect, right? Okay, so that's how we do it. So the next part of the exercise is we are going to manually modify piping in layout mode. So how to do that? So I'm going to select a water source heat pump on the third level. So I click one of this, and then I'm going to select here generate layout. Okay, by the way, for the purpose of this tutorial, the 6 water source heat pumps from level 1 have already been added to the chilled water supply system, to the CHWS, so that we're not gonna do that anymore. Okay, anyway, so I'll select here the generate layout, so I click that one, and then again we are gonna select here the chilled water, this time chilled water supply. Again, for the purpose of this exercise, the 6 water source heat pumps from level 1 have already been added to the CHWS, so no need for us to add it. But you know already how to do that, right? Because we already added the 6 water source heat pumps to our CHWR. So the process is the same. Okay, so this time we're going to manually modify the piping in layout mode for chilled water supply. So I select this one and then I select OK. There you go. And then for the solution, again, I'm going to use perimeter. I'll be using 1 of 5 here. Okay, again, there's no slope. But for the inset, I'll use 1 foot space 6. So that is 1 foot 6 inches. So this inset option here, the inset is the distance from the pipe to the connection on the selected system component. Okay, now let me go to the settings here. So let me click that one. Okay, and then for the main pipe, so I'm gonna change this. So I don't want 9 foot because it might clash with the other pipe. So I'm gonna change this to 9 foot, 9 foot 6 inches. Same with the branch here. Remember the blue pipe, that is your main pipe. The color green, that is your branch pipes. Okay, same with this one. So 9 space 6, enter. Okay, and then I'll just select here OK. Alright, now the next thing that I want to do is I want to remove this boiler from the connection or from the layout. Okay, so that's why there is a remove from system here. It removes components from the system. So I want to remove that boiler. So let me just click this to remove. So again, automatically the layout will update. And I also want to remove the pipes from the cooling tower and then from the, yeah, this one here. So I want to remove this pipe here. Click that. There you go. And maybe this one as well. I don't want that. This one. There you go. Okay. So the boiler and then the cooling tower are no longer included in the layout path. Okay, so in the later exercise that we will be doing, we are going to connect the boiler to a parallel connected base mounted pumps. Okay, so that will gonna be on the next videos. Okay, now I'm gonna select here edit layout because I want to modify the distance of this pipe here from this pipe. So I want to move this line here away from this pipe here. So you can select edit layout. You can click that one. And then as you can see, we have a couple of lines here, right? So I'm going to click one and then hold control and then click the other pipe. All right. And then you can use that move symbol to drag that particular line, maybe somewhere here, that one. And then I also want to adjust this line here. I want that to be aligned to this line here. So I will click this line and then I'll drag that to align to this line there. There you go. Okay, so I'll just select finish layout. There you go. Let me just cancel this one. Beautiful, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight, oops, sorry, zoom out. So I'm gonna highlight this, or I'll just tab, just like what I had teach you a while ago. So hover pointer, tab, 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 and then click. Okay, and then there's a tool here that is called selection box. So it isolates selected elements in the current view. So I'll just select that one, and there you go. Okay, and then select modify. As you can see, these are now the connection that we just created. So let me just change the visual style to shaded view. There you go. Right? So these are the 6 water source heat pumps that we have below. So the level 1, and then there's our return, and then the supply chilled water return and supply pipes that goes up, and then there you go. Perfect. Right? So there's no clash. Okay, so basically that's how you add a pipe using auto layout, and also that's how you edit it. Okay, so hopefully in this video you have learned a lot. So if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can put it on the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Alright, so thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.